Hi, I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok when our stories collided.
After we discussed our crazy, people wanted to tell us they're crazy.
So join us as we unpack a whole lot of crazy.
And we named this podcast after the one thing we definitely have in common, raising our mamas.
So welcome to Raising Barbara Jean and Wanda.
Warning, following episode is intended for mature audiences only. It contains graphic descriptions, adult dialogue, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
We talk about dramatic shit.
Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure to be a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
I'm just kidding.
We're back.
Hey, welcome back.
We have our guest here, Brandon Hall. I'm waiting on Trent to tell me stop.
Brandon Hall.
Brandon Hall from Music City 911.
He's a true crime podcaster.
Yeah.
And I met him like literally maybe the second time I ever did a podcast with you.
Yeah, Toots.
Yep.
Yeah, it was, right? Yeah.
And I had no idea that I was even going to be like coming back. You know what I mean? It might have been, was it the first time? Might have been the first time.
Maybe.
I thought when I went home, I thought that it was like so like, I'm like networking and stuff. I don't even know these people. And then I ain't met nobody else since. It was one and done. Literally met Brandon the one time and I went home. I told Hank, I was like, there was like a guy there that has like this podcast. And Hank was like, that's really cool. And then, like I said, I ain't met nobody since. But
And
Well, I hope to hell I'm not your peak.
Sooner.
Jesus.
What'd you say?
I said, I hope to hell I'm not your peak, you know? I'm the top
Right.
of it
Yeah.
now.
Like, I really went home and was like, we may be the next crime junkie. I don't know. Even though we don't do crime, but it's fine. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding.
I'll do some crime. Yeah.
This is,
We've committed crimes.
I feel like big things ahead for all of us, though. I just do feel like it's. I do feel like
manifesting.
Yeah, we are. We're putting it out there.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, met Brandon, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is like a real podcaster." Because Kila, you met him.
I met him way back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, like probably.
2020.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, because it's when I met all them siblings and my life turned upside down where...
You were going to get a reality show,
Yes,
podcast.
yes.
You were looking into all the things.
Yeah, looking into all the... Well, no, they were chasing us like...
Right. The people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, I was going to say flies on shit, but who wants to be chased like that? But anyway, yeah, so I had put something in a group, a Facebook group.
Yeah, one of our Facebook
Like we
groups,
were trying to figure out how to get a podcast going, and Brandon was like, I'll help you. And we went over his apartment, and he probably was like, these bitches are crazy.
Oh, y'all went to his I didn't even know that
Dixie
part.
and I did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was when I was like, I didn't have like a full-on good setup then. I thought it sounded decently, but, it's...
Yeah. And we just
Yeah.
couldn't get our crap together because, Cassie wanted to do it one way, and Dixie didn't care how we did it. And then I wanted to do another way. And
Yeah. It's hard to link that up.
he was trying to show us, and...
You're like, we don't care. Just make it happen.
I'm like, we just need somebody to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to be edited, which that
Right.
didn't happen
And thank
either.
God Trent came along, which you met at a podcasting convention. What was it?
No.
Where did you meet
It was the
Trent?
same thing, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he just reached out?
He had a podcast. I just called
Why
the
did
podcast
I think there was a
studio.
convention? I thought there was a convention.
Well,
I don't
And
meetup,
Kayla was just
yeah.
like, hey. I really thought that's what happened. I mean, she's a persistent little shit. And Trent is very calm and laid back and a little bit of a pushover sometimes. So I thought she just was like, bitch, produce us. I really did think that's what happened. Well, so it's just like Facebook or whatever?
Well, yeah, I just Googled podcast studios in Murfreesboro and STP popped up and
So you reached out to Trent.
yeah.
And Trent you already knew Brandon.
When-
Well, like y'all know each other from just living
Did y'all
here.
know each other?
Well, I don't know if I can't remember. I know that we met through that same group, I think, didn't we? And we went up to like one of the meetups in Nashville, and
I've
I don't
never
know.
been to
I think we had a
meetup.
couple beers beforehand or something like that. But like it was, just kind of hung out, and we've hung out a few times since then.
Okay.
Like, Trent's a cool
Okay.
dude.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe the meetup thing is what I was thinking that you.
Yeah.
I thought you went to that. That's where.
We had
Yeah,
something.
the
we
convention
met-
has like
there-
30 people. Yeah,
They
Okay.
had something over here
huge.
at the brewery, and we all were there.
So it's not at the Nissan Stadium or anything. It's like,
No.
oh, gotcha.
I mean, they
Okay.
could. It'd just be
Right.
really quiet. Yeah.
There's a lot of room for activities. Yes, gotcha. Anyways, so this was like my first or second time coming up here, and I was like, then we met him, and he was a successful podcaster, and I was like, we are doing the damn thing. And like I said, that's the last time we've done anything. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But
well, back then I don't know that. I mean, now he's a successful podcaster.
I don't consider that. I'm still, working my 9 to 5, and
Yeah.
I'm
Aren't we
making a
all?
little bit of money from it, but not enough to quit my day
Yeah.
job. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not like one of these big, huge podcasts.
But
that
have you thought about reaching out to like Wondery, those big, huge? Have you done that?
Yeah, it's different with them. Like they reach out.
Yeah, but I've reached out to them.
Yeah,
and
how'd that work out?
Good. They actually were like, send us your ideas and fill out
Oh
this
no,
thing.
I've done that.
Yeah, and-
but I knew somebody that was on Wondery for a while, and they not to give away anything
Yeah.
about their show or anything like that, but they have very strict guidelines, and it's
Is it the
changed a
same
lot
person
since
that I know here in
No.
town? Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I kind of thought. Like when they sent me all the paperwork and was like, fill this out, I was like, I don't know that I'm there yet. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
fill it out, because I was like, but they were like, we're interested in hearing your
it
ideas.
used to be that they required at minimum, I think it was like 100,000 downloads an episode or something like that.
Gotcha,
And,
gotcha.
like I wasn't there, and I'm not.
Right.
Do people
Right.
get 100,000 downloads?
Yeah,
an
probably
episode?
like true, like
Like a
Crime
lot
Junkie
of-
and all those.
Yeah, multiple millions on those. So like
Yeah.
it's, but yeah, now Wondery has been bought by Amazon. They've changed a lot there now. So
Or go with one that's like not as big as Wondery. I mean, because that
yeah.
one's huge, but like
everybody jumps to Wondery is the big one.
right, because it's the one I always think of too. But
Yeah.
Payne Lindsay does.
yeah, I've met him several times.
You've met Payne Lindsay?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's like my Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not cute or anything, but like, I love Payne Lindsay.
yeah, he's been at 2 of the crime cons I've been to. So
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's an
I
actual
love
convention,
him.
not 30
He
people.
does radio rental. What'd you say? I'm sorry. Was it the Nissan Stadium
in
convention?
Vegas.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No,
you went to
like-
Vegas?
Vegas 3 years ago. Oh no, 2 years ago. Orlando last year, and then this past one they had it in Nashville at Opryland Hotel.
Nice.
Now,
Yeah.
do they fly you out and do all that?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yes.
It's. I mean, I do
Maybe
a
we need
presentation
to
and stuff
we
like
need
that.
to
and-
switch genres. I don't know that there's
Right.
I don't know that there's a
I mean,
family trauma.
I really feel like my small town that I
Podcast.
live in, I could give y'all a crime a week at least,
Yeah.
if not more. I mean, honestly. I mean, I know that. I mean, I'm not going to tell
Yeah,
y'all
she
where I
can't
got
find
this
them, she'll
information
conjure
from,
them
but I know
probably.
that.
Hey, I can do better because my family that I met through the DNA test,
Yeah.
I could give them a crime a week.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, I know things that go on in our local jail and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
I'm
does.
a beauty shop, so we get all the stuff.
All the 411.
So I love some true crime.
We did, yeah.
Love it. Love true crime.
Check out my show. I mean,
Oh, I have. No, I've listened to many episodes.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not listening right now is because I'm ADHD and I hyper focus on one thing, and right now I'm on audiobooks and I can't even listen to a podcast because I'm so. But in 2 weeks I'll be like, audiobooks what? Back
Wait.
on podcast.
hang on. You said you're ADHD? I don't see that at all.
No, I know. I mask it really well. Yes, I do a really good job masking it. Yes, and most people are shocked by that. But
Yeah.
yes, so right now I've been hyper focused for like the last 2 months on audiobooks,
Yeah.
and I cannot get into a podcast to save my life. But next week I'll be on to and I'll literally be on all of the apps, likewise, please feed my addiction because I love, I don't know if you've heard Radio Rental.
No.
Payne Lindsay does that one, but
Okay.
it's Rainn Wilson is the
Oh,
host,
yeah.
and
White, yeah.
it's my favorite
Yeah.
podcast ever. Although some of the stories are turning to shit because it's like a horror, true crime. It's true scary stories, and
Yeah.
the first few seasons were like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
glitch in the Matrix and all this stuff. But now it's like I've sent in my story, and they haven't my story's more. Is better than that. I should tell it on here.
Okay, so
Anyways,
what
but
got you into being a dispatcher?
so he is a dispatcher.
Yes, he's been
Yeah,
a dispatcher
still am,
for
yeah.
20.
So this is
plus
what
24
started
years, yeah.
your love for or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 20 years old, and I had literally the way I got into it to start it out. Like I was working, believe it or not, as a tuxedo salesman.
Nice.
Before that, and that. What is wrong with you? ADHD? Yeah.
Never.
Come on, faux pas right there.
What happens?
It's always Kila, never me.
Yeah. Have you got a drink? Can you spill that too?
Give me a second, Brandon. One thing at a time. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Okay, so you were a dispatcher. You were sold
Tuxedos.
Yes.
Yeah. And I had a trip scheduled to go to Europe, and like I had it all paid for and everything like that, and I was ready to go. A week before I was going to go, somebody quit, and they were like, "We're going to cancel your vacation." I was like, "No, I'm just going to quit." So went on my vacation, came back, and I was like, all right, I need a job. And my dad, he worked for the sheriff's department at the time, and like it like completely separate, and and I asked him, I was like, do you know of any jobs? And he's like, well, I mean, you might have the right temperament to be a 911 dispatcher. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. And it just kind of stuck. So
it makes total sense that you're a dispatcher with your even keel.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Now, was that
Not
here
me.
in Nashville or?
Yeah, no, like Nashville. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you grew up here in Nashville?
Yeah, I was born in Nashville. So
Oh, Mount Juliet.
no, in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But-
Where did you get that from?
Because you and Stacy went
Those. Well, yeah, I went to school. Like, I graduated there. Yeah.
Yeah. Stacy Chun Fun.
Yeah.
We later found out that one of my besties they went to school
They
together.
know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've seen her maybe once since high school. I mean, we're friends on Facebook too, but I mean, just like everybody is. From
Yeah.
So you don't think me, the ADHD, chaotic, extreme emotional person would be a good dispatcher, or do you think I would be really good at it?
No, I think it'd be really fun to watch.
Yes. Because I'm like, oh
Really
my God,
fun. Yeah.
get out! Yeah, that's me. I'm going to be screaming into the thing like, run!
Yeah.
There's no calm about me at all, ever.
You
So
should be a
I definitely
multitasker.
can.
yes, and I'm obviously not that either. Like I would do the talking, you could do the typing. I'll tell you what. Like,
Yeah.
I could never it's like brain surgery to me to even watch shows how they're so like calm and all the things, and I'm like, oh God, not me. Yeah,
Especially Trent, what is
I'm so emotional, like super emotional. Not like crybaby, but like I get
I
riled
don't know
up.
that I should have sat in the middle of my next
Right.
little
I know.
break.
I was
Because,
just
like,
going to say, do you want to change seats with me?
Yes, you can.
No, we're good.
Because
Because we
I was
won't look at
watching
each other
you.
if you-
Because they're gonna
I
have,
felt like
Trent's
you were
gonna
at
have to mess with the
Wimbledon
cameras again.
earlier.
We're not
Right,
gonna do all that.
right,
So
right,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll just
And you saw his anger issues. We don't
Yeah.
want to stir that up.
I'll find a bag
don't
of
wanna
ice to put on my
flare
neck
that
after
up.
this. Yeah.
We'll pay your copay tomorrow.
Yes,
Exactly.
chiropractor. Bless your heart. So obviously you're a good dispatcher.
I'm okay, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, they've kept you employed and you're not the
Yeah.
janitor there, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be a janitor. That sucks.
Where do you get your stories for your podcast?
Just a mix. I mean,
Like-
I go out like searching for them. Like they're not all from Nashville. I mean, in fact, hardly any of them are from Nashville.
Right.
I'll look for, good news articles or something like that, or I'll find out about a crime somewhere else, and I'll, either request it through a FOIA request, or, if there's already, I like them when they're already released. The 911
Yeah.
calls. That makes it a lot easier, and I try to make my show like a what's a good like a theme for each episode.
Yeah.
I don't always do that, but sometimes I do. Sometimes
Right.
I'll have 3 or 4 different 911 calls on one episode. Sometimes I'll have one that'll cover, like, I'll have enough information to like have a full episode with just one incident. And,
Right. And you
And-
research it, the incident.
yeah,
and
I do everything for my show. Like nobody,
Yeah.
I do the research, the writing, because I write out a script for my show.
Right.
And all the editing, all the recording. I've set up all my stuff. So yeah, I mean,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You're a
everything.
one-man show.
yeah. And now I've been talking about doing video. I'm like, that's even more. And like,
Right.
it takes forever to do an episode. Like seriously, from start to finish, my episodes, some of them like on the low end, about 20 hours to do one half-hour episode. And on the high end, it could be like closer to 40.
Yeah. You need somebody to help
We
you.
know a
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah, he's mean as hell and he's hateful, but he'll get stuff done. Well, he'll do whatever you ask him to do, really. But
I
yeah,
love you to keep up, man. I'm like, it's a lot of shit,
he doesn't like to edit. So if you're wanting that, he doesn't like to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I actually do kind of like a one take type thing. So I'll take one, sentence or two or something like that, and I'm done. If I don't like it, I'll just go back and re-record it. So
Yeah.
my editing is usually pretty easy. But
That's good. That is good. That's smarter than us. We just gab and gab and gab, and then we're like, "Can you cut that out?" And he's like, "No." And we're like, "Shit."
Okay, so is there tests and stuff to be a dispatcher, or
yeah.
you just okay? So I'm sure you don't apply. You have to have.
Well, you have to apply.
I mean,
long application process. I mean, like the actual written application, I think is like 25 pages or something like that.
Holy shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they want to know everything about you. They want to know like who your third grade teacher was.
Damn.
Not joking. Like seriously, go way back. Like
I'm sure
every
they do
address
like
you
a
lived
mental-
at.
Psych out, eval,
psych
something.
eval or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was different for me when I started. Like now they've got like other tests that like you have
Right.
to pass. But when I started, you had to type 30 words a minute and pass the psych eval. Let's see, drug test, and then
When you said psych eval, I was out, then drug test,
So
he
when
was
you're
out.
actually in
So.
the middle of the 911 call, you got your computer, so you're typing it out. But do you have people that are beside you, like telling you
Right,
and
and also-
helping you out?
No, wait.
No,
Also,
not like that.
you don't hear on the 911 calls when you're telling the cops. So what's that? Like you push a button and it like.
Well, no, we actually like some of the smaller places they do that. They're like, hold on a second while they're on the phone, and they have to talk to, the cops on the way.
Right.
Whereas you either only do phones or you're on the radio with the officers because you couldn't do both in Nashville. There's like no way you could.
So
do
wait,
both.
now what? So you're on the phone, and then somebody else is telling the cops.
Yeah.
So what are you typing it to them?
Yeah.
Okay. I always wondered about that. I'm like, well, who the hell's telling the cops? Because I never hear them stop talking. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't stop talking. That's why you couldn't take phone calls with it.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I guess there's a certain standard of what you say to each
Oh, yeah.
specific type of call, so you don't
Yeah.
tell them the wrong thing. Or
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
I
I've
mean,
listened to a
it's-
couple of yours where. Oh, what was the one I listened to where the lady?
I don't think I've got too many that's like
The
from me,
lady had said something, or told him to do something, and then dispatcher was getting blamed for it. I can't remember.
Well, remember the lady that was
yeah.
really mean and like basically told the woman that was drowning in the car?
but everybody hates that one.
Oh dear.
Yes,
that was
I think
awful.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
Bad Dispatcher. That was the name of the episode, and like
Yeah.
that is the most hated episode I've done. But everybody wants to listen to it. It's
Well, yeah, because it's
horrible.
like, holy
yeah,
shit.
can't
Now-
believe it.
Have you ever gone back and interviewed the dispatcher for
I
the
mean,
show?
you're-
Yeah, a couple times. I mean, from people that I work with, I've had a couple of people I work with on the show. One woman, actually pretty close to after she started, helped deliver a baby on the side of the interstate.
Oh, nice.
Over the telephone. Just some other stuff. When the tornado came through Nashville, had a couple of people that were there for that on.
Yeah.
And then just some of the other people just talking about stuff too. Like you were talking about Brittany Murphy a while ago. One of the
Okay,
other
but hold on a
dispatchers.
second,
yeah.
because how do you help deliver a baby on the side of the
Oh, you
road?
tell-
Like, what
I
are you
guess you-
saying?
I guess you tell
Push.
'em.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have a contraction, push.
So yeah,
'cause- yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were to be on the side of the interstate and walk up on somebody that's having a baby, do you know what to do?
No. So you're going to call and the dispatcher's going to tell you what the hell.
We have to tell them what to do.
but
Yeah.
So were y'all like Googling what to do? Or
No,
we
see, they
already got
know.
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I'm sure you do training every year, like for,
I mean, we do training all the time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It depends on what it's for, but like that's medical training. For the type of training the stuff we can do to actually help over the telephone,
Y'all
we'll
are like
get
a
that.
doctor, a psychologist.
Yeah.
is there anything that like stumps you that you're like,
I mean, I'm kind of stumped right now, but
right. Yeah, I totally get that.
He's ready to call 911.
like I need some help right now. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead about the Brittany Murphy. We'll talk about all the.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in a while, so you might stump me on that one.
Well, I just with all the P Diddy crap coming out, and then the pneumonia, people dying of pneumonia, and her and her husband, and her mom didn't die, did he? No, the mom's still alive. I think.
Somebody else in the house too? Was there 3 people in that
Maybe
same?
did her mom die? I don't even know. I know it
I
was
mean,
her.
later on maybe, but not then.
I know it was her and her. She died, and then her husband died. They all died of pneumonia.
Yes.
And then the P Diddy shit, and then everybody getting poisoned, and he tried to kill Jamie Foxx. I don't know what's true and not true, but supposedly he's killing these people, making them think they have pneumonia or
Who?
like Kim
Diddy.
Porter, his wife.
Right.
Yeah, Diddy. He's like behind all the people.
All the ones that die of pneumonia.
But Brittany Murphy, Ashton Kutcher, and then it's almost like she knew things that they didn't want her to know. And
I mean, maybe. I didn't.
yeah.
No,
It's
I've been
all
reading
come-
some of the P Diddy stuff, and I've
Yeah,
read
it's
like
all
there's
come back to, like,
there's a lot
him
of the
being
court
a-
documents that have been released, and I've read probably 3 or 4 of those, and they're like 50, 70 pages each. And
What
yeah,
the
it's-
hell?
Yeah,
I mean, what is wrong with people? I just want to say, what is wrong with people?
yeah.
I mean, once you
I
get
mean,
enough
that
money, I guess
is-
you get bored with doing stuff, and
Power.
like, let's push
So-
the envelope.
I mean, here we are sitting here trying to just get a sponsor for a damn meal, and he's got so much money that
Right. He's just
bored.
like offing
He's like-
people. Just like, I don't like them. let them die of pneumonia.
Or who the hell just is like, oh, I think I need to order, 5 million gallons of baby oil.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah. That's bizarre to me. That's so bizarre to me that you would have that much money to be able to just waste it.
Money.
Yeah. I do believe that, and I think that's one reason why they want to ban TikTok too, is because
And let's say allegedly.
Yeah, for educational purposes.
You don't think they'll ban TikTok?
No, I mean their reasoning for it. They might try to get it done, but like the biggest thing is that it's being housed and still in China. They've like TikTok has started buying offices, one of which is in Nashville. So once they actually get to a point where they can set that up, it's probably going to be before their deadline or whatever like that. They'll just switch it over and whatever law they have to make, it's going to.
Why are they? I don't even know why they want to.
Because they make so much money and they're not giving the United States anything. But us, the United States is the one that we're the. I mean, I'm not saying we're the bigger creators or whatever, but we're right. Is that what it is? Like they're making so much money off of us people in the United States, but they're not giving the United States a cut of the money.
Now they've teamed up with Amazon. I mean,
they're not stupid, but I think that's probably one reason why.
The main thing they say is privacy concerns, and
it's Chinese spyware.
Yeah,
it really is.
I mean, what are you gonna get from me? I got $116, so come get it.
No, there are literally people in China that are trying to keep up with you right now, and they're jumping off of stuff. So,
what do you mean jumping off of stuff like buildings
cliffs and buildings and stuff like that because they can't keep up with you. They're like, we're trying.
Okay.
We're trying to follow her cookies and all her algorithms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, no.
Yes. And that's. I mean, so I'm really doing
China
the Lord's work.
Yeah.
The
China supercomputers trying to like keep up with it, and they're like, no, can't do it.
Well, I think with social media, regardless, you're not going to be able to not have them keeping up with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're doing it everywhere.
But it's China. That's the difference.
No, that's what I'm saying though. But they're going to keep up with us, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatever. You know what I mean?
But all of those are American companies. They've been doing that. The fact that it's Chinese spyware, like it's a national threat. Honestly, it really is. Like I've been listening to people talk about that for a long time. Like it's.
So what about all this AI? Is that incorporated in it?
Yeah.
Because this Johnny Forster Filipino guy who been scamming me on the Hawk Tour girl motherfucker.
Let's talk about that.
What's his name? What's his?
Well, her agent is Johnny Forster, and that's who he said he was.
Oh wow!
But I started getting weary when he kept.
We dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, we did. But he kept saying, "Mom."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I
is he calling me? Is he calling me ma'am or
I got
Mom?
info on that. Sorry.
I got scammed.
So
September. No,
the Hawk Tour girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Kila wanted to have her on the show. Mm-hmm. So Kila reached, you like Googled it, went to her, found her people.
No, she was on Facebook. We bought our hats and our shirts from her. And then I was like, we would love to have you on the podcast. And she was like, well, here's my manager's name, Johnny Forster, with Penthouse Life Agency. And she gave me his email and was like, reach out to him. So I did. And this is, it's forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, to scam somebody, hell, he played his cards right. Because he's been talking to me since it's before Christy died.
Mm-hmm. So August.
Yeah, so the early August. And then
he asked for $6,000 for her to be on our podcast. And we're like, bitch, we don't have 2 pennies to rub together, so I'm not real sure. We got a hug and a high five. That's all. And
we'll buy her dinner.
And we'll buy you dinner at Chewy's next door. But that's all we got. And he was like, okay, I understand. And then backed off. And then he just randomly messaged you.
And then I was like, do people charge to be on your pod? Like,
some do.
Is that normal?
Absolutely.
Well, then he sent me the song email and was like, usually you're giving them a service of advertising, so no, but sometimes people do require, for their service if they're offering a service. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. Well,
then we said, well, is she going to clean the building afterwards if she's offering a service?
Well, then he come down to what, 2,000, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's still a no. We're still just getting off. We're not going to pay for, somebody for a guest.
She literally lives,
then I said,
45 minutes from here.
Yeah. Because it was travel, and I'm like,
oh yeah, $2,000 for travel.
I'm like, Ashley comes here, she drives further than you every week.
I was like, I'll pick her up on the way. Like, hell, she don't know travel. I hope she can hold my purse. But
even Kelby, Kelby.
Yes, I know her boyfriend.
And so when I reached out and I was like, my co-host knows Kelby, which is the Hot to a Girl's boyfriend, and he was like, oh, that is so funny. She's going to be so excited. Just went with it. Mm-hmm. And hell, I was pretending to be Ashley.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So you scammed him too, so that's good. At least you got a little bit of a scam on him.
Motherfucker.
Anyways, he takes back and said she'll come for free, but we're going to do a $200
Refundable.
earnest money. Like make sure that we're legit. And Kila tried to send it.
I did. I tried to send it. And then he got weird. Then he was like, after I tried to Venmo him, and then it was like, well, are you going to send me the money? And I was like, well, yeah, I just tried. It's not going through. Well, why is that? And I'm like,
I'll drive it to you if that's okay.
And then he's like,
you may just mail you a check.
And then he was like, he said something, and then it's ended the sentence with Ma. Like, are you sending the money, Ma? And I'm like,
the fuck?
maybe he was saying ma'am. And
yeah, it cut
then
off.
I'm like, why the fuck is he calling me ma'am? He called me ma'am this whole time.
Yeah.
And then I finally was like, this is kind of getting weird, Well, then I emailed him because I had him on email. And I said, can you tell me, or I said, am I talking to you right now? And on text, and he was like, yeah, you are, Well, because it was like Laney Cheney USA was the Venmo. And I'm like, okay, well, my cousin is a baseball player. He's got a weird Venmo, and they don't put his house in his name because they don't want him to know.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, we do that so to protect her privacy. And I'm like, okay, I get that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm still trying to send him the damn money. And then one of my Venmos, when I typed in $200, like below it, it said like almost like a Filipino currency. And I'm like, oh. That is strange.
Oh, that I did. Yeah, I didn't.
And so I backed off of it, and then I was like, "Yeah, Ashley said she would just take Kelby's brother the money." Yeah. And then he was like, "What? I don't understand." And I was like,
it's a scam.
Do you have a lot of people call you over the telephone with odd accents from the Social Security company?
No, I don't answer those.
No, are you sure?
No, this was a text message, Brandon, and it had the same email.
Yeah, they need your Apple gift cards. They need you to go out and put money
go
on
to the
Apple
store and
gift
get
card,
all they have.
Well, then while messaging them, I got on the Penthouse Life, and I found the email, and I was like, "Hey, I'm talking to Haley Welch's manager, Johnny Forster. Please tell me that I'm talking to you. I've been talking to you since like August." He was like, "No, ma'am, you're being scammed." I was like, well,
gosh.
the hell?
Yep.
Damn.
And then I got back on that app, and this little man popped up and deleted all the messages.
What was it? Telegram?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But when after I talked to Johnny Forster on the email, I had gone through and screen recorded
Oh, good.
all of the text messages and sent that in the email. And then I was like, "You little bastard, think you got me." And then I went back on the email and was like, "Oh, we never got the contract. Are you going to send it?" And then he's like, "Oh, we're trying to work something out." I'm like, fucker, little.
Oh, sorry.
scamming
Get a real
fucker.
job. Yeah.
I hate scammers.
Yeah. So
Motherfucker. I hope you stump your toe, and I hope on Christmas you get sick as a dog.
Yep.
On your Christmas dinner.
Yep. So Kila did try to get
Pretend Johnny Forster.
because we found out that she was dating a guy from my hometown,
Yeah.
and he went to school with my kids. So I mean, I cut his hair all through high school and middle school until he went off to college or whatever. And then I saw his brother at First Watch the other day, and I thought, do I say something because she's acting like me? And I don't know what she's what she said to the guy. So I didn't. I talked to the guy that was with him. I just said, "Hey, how are y'all?" and left. But I was like, I don't know what Kila I don't know. So I just. And then thought, thank God I didn't, because he'd have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Right. Because we weren't even talking to the right people. So it worked out. But yeah, she did get scammed for that. Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
I'm really glad he didn't get any money, did he?
No.
All right, good. That's
No.
at least something.
Yes.
No.
So, okay,
Sorry.
let's get back on your life of being a dispatcher.
Yeah.
What's the craziest or the call that's really stuck to you?
I usually don't tell that because people are they always want to hear that, and then after I say it, they're like, I didn't really want to hear that.
Yeah,
So,
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Go to the next
So
one.
or
go to one that is memorable for you.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll try to think of something from last week, because seriously, I've been 24 years. I figured out one time that between taking calls and processing them on radio, I've probably taken over 1 million calls the time I've been there.
Does it take a toll on you mentally?
anymore.
Or you have a block you?
Yeah, I mean, I can separate it. I mean, I talked about this on a different interview, I don't know, a couple months ago, something like that. A lot of people can't shut off stuff.
Yeah, me,
And
right.
So I took a call from a guy who was saying, my brother's inside the house. He's threatening to kill himself. He's got a samurai sword. He's got it up against his chest. He's ready to stab himself with it. And it was right at the end of my shift. That was the last call I was going to take for the day. And I stayed on the phone with him until the police got there. I hung up, and guess what I did? Went home. I have no clue what happened.
Oh,
So it's my job. I did my part of the job.
yeah.
And once I'm through with my part of the job, that's it.
And honestly, that's probably healthy because
Yeah.
if you didn't, it's like a psychologist. They say that they have like the highest suicide rates because they carry everybody's problems. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You think about it, if you have somebody pick up somebody like in an ambulance, like the paramedics, they take them to the hospital. Once they drop them off and do the paperwork,
Right, they're
are
done.
they going back out to check on them? No, they got doctors. For
well,
that.
according to the one, they do night watch on A&E.
I don't have cable.
So has it gotten crazy with all these bachelorette parties and stuff downtown Nashville?
Oh,
Wait,
that's-
are you Nashville or
it's-
Murfreesboro?
Yeah, Nashville area. Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's
I
not-
thought you were Murfreesboro.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, have you seen like a difference in the?
Not me. I don't work during those hours. So
Okay, so that'd be the nighttime.
yeah, but I've been downtown.
Like you
during
weren't
that
working
stuff
when
and
Morgan
looking.
Wallen, like
There
was
isn't.
trying to pick that chair up for that lady and dropped it over the.
Yeah, accidentally was being a good citizen.
No idea about that.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about. But I thought you worked here in Murfreesboro, so you
And see,
actually,
y'all keep on throwing out these country. I don't listen to country music.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean I know of
Jelly
Morgan
Roll
Wallen.
ain't country. Well, he
Yeah.
is now, but
Yeah, I mean
I'm not a I don't
know seriously a
I'm
single
not-
song from either
I don't
one of
listen to new music much at all, except for, I mean, I really don't. I listen to books and podcasts because I'm really smart and intelligent, So, anyways,
Trent just starts laughing.
I know my brain's really big,
Yeah.
and so I can't really do music all the time. But, anyways, wait. Oh wait, you were there for the Christmas Day bombing?
Yeah,
You were?
yeah, I was working that day.
I watched that like live, like it was like a I don't know.
I don't know you watched it live. I mean,
Well, no, what? No, well, not like there.
there
But
were
I was
like,
like, I was
18
still,
people downtown, including the bomber. So I don't
well,
think
no,
you were
but
there.
like when it came through, I was like, Hagen, I think something like and it was like, breaking news, whatever. We'll
Oh,
give you
yeah.
more in a minute. And I'm like, normally I'm just like, everything just goes over my head and whatever. But
Yeah.
I was like, this may be important.
that was my first Christmas with the siblings.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I think I
was-
texted you about it,
You might have. I
and
don't
I
know
couldn't
if I
get through
replied
because
back.
the phones weren't working.
Yeah,
Nice.
it messed up all the phone lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, do you think that I'm going to ask this? Are you like cold hearted because you don't like, or you're not empathetic? Like, you think you're desensitized because? Of
Yeah, I
the
don't
job?
think it's like while I'm on the phone with them, I'll give everybody the help they need. You know, absolutely. Once I'm done with the phone call,
It's over.
unless it's something that's going to continue, like while I'm there, and I can help out with. You know, but like I said, there's always another call coming in afterwards. So
Yeah.
you can't sit and dwell on it. There's somebody else needs help.
Right. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That does make sense. But, So, really, like an empathetic person that'd be a really hard job for somebody like that. That
Well,
carries.
no, there's a level of it. There's a level of empathy that
well, yeah,
goes
you
along
have to have
with it, but
some, or
yeah.
you'd be an ass, and
Yeah. No, I mean,
You'd be on the bad
and see,
dispatcher.
that's just it. Like a lot of people, sometimes some people might think that I'm an ass, but like I'm to the point. It depends on what the call is. If it's somebody that, the other day there was a woman that called in. She wanted to report something that happened a few days before. She wanted to talk to the police, but she had COVID, and she's like, I don't want to give it to the police. And I stayed on the phone with her, and then after it was over, I was like, I hope you get feeling better. That's something that didn't require a lot of time,
Right.
a lot of effort and stuff like that. But if you have somebody that's like calling in, and they've got like a shooting going on, and the suspect just left, they're running down the street or something like that. We don't have time to do that. We've got officers on the way that could catch the suspect. I don't need to hear all the screaming. Calm down. Give me what I need. I'll be an asshole about it because I want to catch the suspect and help the victim.
Yeah.
So it depends on the call.
yeah,
So somebody might listen and say, why wasn't he doing it? Well, because I was trying to catch the suspect. I was trying to help the victim. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need all the extra right now.
I've had to get like smart with dispatch because they're like,
Because you call the police all the time.
no, I'm not, no, but
I was like, I don't think I've ever called a 911.
what? You haven't?
No.
Oh, I've had to call several times. But one time, like my ex-husband was coming to, or he was beating on the back door with a baseball bat, and I was like, and the lady's like, calm down. I'm like, bitch, you calm down. There's a motherfucker out there with a baseball bat. Like, if he gets through the
I
door.
think I've had 911 called on me. but-
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, she kept saying, like, and I was like, you're asking dumb questions. Quit asking dumb questions. Like, let me ask
I
you.
promise you, they're not dumb
Well,
questions.
they ended up passing the house, and I was like, should I be flashing the lights? And she's like, oh, well, yeah. well, bitch, we could have been talking about this the whole time. You was asking me to calm down. Like, so, because I was way off the road and I was like, they're not going to know, where I'm at because the mailbox is weird and whatever. It was a rental house. And anyways,
I really can't see you not being calm.
No, I'm not. I'm never.
Yeah,
calm,
but I don't know. I just think I wouldn't be calm either, though. I
It
don't
depends
think
on what it is. I mean,
Yeah, because I would be scared to death. Especially if a woman called in that was getting beat by a man, I'd be like, that motherfucker. Where do you live? I'm coming.
Shoot his ass.
I'm coming to you.
Yeah,
and I'm going to whoop his ass when I get there.
and unfortunately, that's like I'll take 3 or 4 of those calls every single day.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
How many calls do you think you take during a day?
If I'm on the phones and it's like a normal day, probably a little bit over 100, sometimes more than that.
Jesus.
Like just me, like that's yeah.
And you normally do the phones, or you normally do the ones that's
Both, like
you do both.
Yeah.
Is that do they switch y'all out for? Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't get carpal
Yeah.
tunnel.
And yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that too, yeah.
I can't even. I ain't answering the phone at work. Like, damn, I know you need an eye appointment. Stop calling.
We're the same way. Sometimes we're like, oh, didn't make it. That sucks. Then they call right back, and I'm like, love it. But anyways, that's really
That
interesting.
ringing of a phone though would drive me crazy in itself.
Oh,
being in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably
that's
don't even hear phones ring.
No, I remember when I first started, I was on midnight shift. I think my first month in training, and you were answering so many phone calls, and I remember like waking myself up, having a dream, saying 911 emergency.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
waking myself up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually back when people had home phones, I answered the phone like that one time.
Right.
Not,
I'm
not
sure.
even thinking about
I'm
it.
sure. Because I mean, I do it with my cell phone, or I answer my shop phone with hello, and I'm like, oh, sister, sorry. Like, I totally forget. That makes total
Sisters
sense.
with scissors.
Yeah. I don't even say that. It's too much
We
of a tongue.
cut you.
We just say, sisters, can I help you? Mm-mm. Let's see. Your podcast is weekly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do weekly. Well, this, while I'm in the middle of changing like studios and stuff like that, it's not going weekly, but I'm re-releasing old episodes. So.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Do you like give a? We did a little clip just in case we can't make it one week because we don't have any in the vault right now. So just saying, like, please enjoy this past episode. Yeah, whatever. How many followers do you have? Like? Podcasts don't have like followers.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah. Do you have social media?
Yeah.
You do, like Instagram and Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't keep up with them. It's like
Yeah.
I really should do a lot more, but it's so hard to with everything else.
So much stuff, yeah. Because podcasting's not.
Why don't you find somebody to do it and we'll go in with you and help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need somebody for social.
It's
Why are
crazy how
you
much
over
they-
there? He's over there going, hoo.
You need to share your own shit.
We don't have time. Well, Kila does because she's getting scammed and stuff, but she's a
You
very
take
big
a little
social
bit less
life.
time trying
I
to do
know.
that. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to book a
A celebrity.
guest.
Talk about a scammer.
Oh,
She going to jail, yo.
yes,
Who?
I know about
Who?
this. I was about to text you.
Talk to her.
For what?
The crypto scam.
The crypto scam.
I don't. I have no.
Almost.
We dodged the bullet.
So we could probably get her on here now for real.
No, we don't want her.
I almost
We
sent
don't
you a.
want her.
What's a crypto scan?
So they had this like.
Let me tell you
It's
how I
called
know
Meta-
about crypto. Hold
Meta.
on.
You
I
just
know
said
about
crypto scan with an N.
Oh, sorry.
She's old. She's a grandmother.
Yeah.
Brendan.
Shut the fuck up.
It's like this.
I know about
the hot
crypto
tour
from
girl was trying
Brandon.
to scan me.
Because you told me
Yeah,
about it, and I've only
yeah.
bought like a little bit of it on Venmo. Is it a scam?
No,
No, not all of it.
No.
Okay.
So
There's legitimate reasons for
it was
some
called
of
like
it.
Meta Money or something. Meta something.
$20 there, 'cause I'm
Yeah, I
like-
used to. I hadn't
and
done
then-
that in a while. Yeah.
She was
I
endorsing
got too
it.
busy. I was
And then you have
She
to
made her
sell
own
it. I don't know
coin.
what you're supposed to do with it
She
now.
made a Bitcoin, right?
no.
Well,
She
like
made
a,
her own coin on this.
She
thing.
made her own coin.
Yes. Literally, it went really high, took all the money, and the coin crashed. And she's like probably going to go to jail.
Yeah, it was a pump and dump with a rug.
Like
pull, so,
Ashley
yeah.
and I can make our own coin.
Yes.
yeah, and we could go to prison. And I don't want to.
We can make ourselves rich.
Yeah.
No. It's a terrible idea.
I don't even know enough about it. Like
I
I,
don't
say,
either, but I knew that-
Brandon told me about crypto when I met him, and then
See, this is what needs to happen. Like, y'all need to have your show, right? There needs to be 5 more of Trent's, like,
Yes.
surrounding y'all. Say, no, don't do that. No, that's not.
Yes,
not
and that's
that
why we
either.
have
Like,
husbands, Brandon,
my
because
husband,
we would literally be.
him and Trent on the same page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my husband too. He's like, He's never even met Trent, but he knows, he knows.
I met Hagen Trent.
Yep.
Did you?
Yes.
I want to meet Hagen really bad.
The infamous Hagen, yeah. Like, he knows because I've told him, like, oh, Trent's, like, he's real calm. He's like, okay, good. Because if I would have said high energy, he'd be like, nope, not doing that. Because y'all going to have some dumbass ideas and you're going to follow through with it. Today, for instance, we had plumbers come because, we had the flood, whatever. Well, I'm holding this because it's falling over. It's like limp. Anyways,
I know. I'm just waiting for you to bust out in song.
Lean
I know.
over.
I don't want to. It won't. It's like stripped out or something. We had
that's fine.
a plumber come
Lean
today
it towards her. and you're
because
fine.
Stop moving around.
if
too.
it hits my teeth, I promise you.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
no.
She paid
you
good
know
money for
how
them.
much money's in these teeth. Plumber comes today to change the hot water valve for my wash machine because it's leaking, so we had to cut that off, right? Well, then he says, well, since this house was built in like 1997, have y'all ever thought about changing out the plumbing to the Plex, PEX, whatever? I don't know. I said, yes, my husband has. I don't know. Call him. He's like, okay, because we did talk about that when the house flooded. So anyways, while Hagen's on the phone with him, I'm asking the little guy that works with him, I'm like, so how much more expensive would it be for us to put our laundry room in the garage so I can get it out of my kitchen and make me a bigger kitchen? And the guy's like, oh, no, not much money. And like, it's not a big job. So I'm like, okay, can we go ahead and put that on the docket too? And then as the guy's telling Hagen, like, so we're going to pull all of the old PVC out
Time
and
to
do
take
it.
a breath.
I said, Hagen, can we put the laundry room in the garage? He's like, he's on the phone. He's like, we're not going to talk about that right now. I was like, but we need to talk about that because I want to do that. And then they get through all of it, and the guy's like, okay, so it's going to be like $7,000 for this. And I was like, are y'all putting the laundry room? And he was like, no, your husband didn't agree to that. I was like, my husband sucks. And he's still on the phone. And Hagen's like, do you want to do laundry in 110-degree weather when it's hot outside? I was like, I haven't thought about that. I don't care about that. But what I care about is having more counter space. And the guy was like, he is right, ma'am. Like, it's not insulated out there. And I was like, y'all suck. So this is why my husband doesn't let me make decisions, because I would have had he not been on the phone with him, I would have had them move my laundry room outside and probably would have demoed the wall by myself today. Because I feel like YouTube would have showed me what to do. And I come from a long line of drywallers, so I feel like it should be in the blood.
Brandon,
Yes.
can we get back to Brandon?
No, I was gonna.
I'm just telling you, but this is why we have to have people like.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, the whole, how like
He's so flustered.
computers and stuff like that. It gets like you feed it so much information, it gets backed up. Like, my computer is gonna process this completely probably by 2026.
Yeah. Well, let me know
like-
then if you think it's a good
Like,
idea.
you went from like YouTube to more counter space to washing in 110-degree weather, and like it's
Right. Yes, and see that you understand the struggle that my life is. That's my brain all the time,
Yeah, I guess.
and my husband's,
I guess.
and my husband's struggle.
I feel like.
But I have good ideas like that all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay, so now you've started a new podcast.
I did, but like it's hard to keep up with. So, like with all the other stuff, I mean,
What was the new one?
Southern Sleep Stories.
Oh, what's that? Like
Right.
like folklore?
No, I read old stories really slowly with background, like meditation background music. So,
So people can fall asleep to
yeah,
it.
it like literally lets you fall asleep to it. Like, it just, after 30 or so minutes, I'm done with my reading, and the music over the course of an hour and a half fades away to nothing.
Keela, you might like that.
That's genius. Dude, that's
Keela falls
your
asleep to
voice.
audiobooks.
I got to give you props, man. Your voice
Yes.
is made for
TV. I'm
Pod-
saying
Radio.
podcasting
yes.
and
Radio. Yep.
and dispatch.
I know. I love to read all the reviews on your podcast because
Yeah.
all the women are like, his voice is so soothing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. And doing a sleepy time, man.
Yeah,
Does that one
that might catch on.
Would that
Well, I got to start doing more episodes. I think I did like 11 or 12 episodes, and it was around this past CrimeCon where I was like, okay, I've got too much stuff going on. Like,
Hey,
this
look,
is taking
you know
up too
what
much
else you
time.
could do? My daughter, did I tell you this already? She was talking about somebody needed to read old court cases. You could read like the
There
Diddy
are people
court case really slow.
Well, see, people do. There are people that like they literally find instruction manuals, and they'll read them word for word to do the same thing.
Yeah.
to
So
put you
yeah,
sleep? You should
Yeah.
do positive affirmations to put people to sleep.
I gotta have one. So
Right, right. I can help you with that. But that podcast shouldn't take as much effort, right? Because you're not like,
no, I mean it's kind of the same thing. Like finding because
The
I was
story,
doing short
the time.
stories and stuff, and like I'm doing stuff that was in the public domain, so you can like legally read it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And those are all stories that are like from the 1800s and stuff, and a lot of them that are short enough, like finding one that's short enough to read, that's not going to take too much time to do it, and that's in English.
It's the research part of
Yeah.
that part is the hardest
that
part.
plus, I mean, just like I said, my recording time. I mean, I'll read a sentence or two. If I don't get it right, I'll go back and re-record it. And
Right.
It's just over and over
See,
again. So
I hate that you don't suffer with ADHD because we don't have shit. We don't do any kind of research, and we just come in here and just talking shit.
yeah,
That
I
part.
researched.
Well, yes, Kila does this, this part, but like it's not.
I'm a little less ADD than her.
Yes. Yeah, but I do like to have grand ideas about things. That's why I can't be let loose by myself for too long.
yeah. Trent, you need to be more part of their lives in general. I think just to,
Why are you putting
Keep
me
it-
in there with her?
I don't know,
it's
Filipino
talking.
scam.
Because you know why? Because I'm the thinker and she's the doer, so she's the one that like I'm like Kila, make this happen, and she's a persistent
Have you
little
ever?
shit.
Have y'all ever actually thought about that too? Though, like what she's famous for in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I was
I mean,
not.
I hate to really put anybody on
No, I
blast at all, but
wanted
like,
her. I only wanted her because she's local.
yeah.
And then, we're
did you
always
want her
root-
before that though?
No, I didn't
Exactly.
know she was before.
Well, and that's what I said
and-
because I have toddlers now, and I was like, I can't wear the shirt because I have toddlers, and I don't want them to think that I'm running a whorehouse out of that with my baby. So I was
All
like,
you have to do is talk about anything at all for like 5 minutes, and they'd forget it.
the toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, but
And I really she just said that. I say shit all the time that I probably
you
shouldn't
have,
say.
but you
No, I
went
mean, I do
deeper
too,
and
but-
seen
And then
interviews.
I'm like, hell, I don't even think she had ever spit on anything at that point. Like
She
just
just
to
said
hear
it.
her.
Maybe,
It
I
ain't
don't
like
know.
she was.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't either. I didn't
really.
like
I mean,
she's
I think she was like just a quiet girl, and I mean, I kind
I'm
of
sure
wanted to have
she-
her on to say, maybe less is more. Let's not talk about something.
No, I'm sure she stood front and center in her church choir. I mean,
Yeah, shut up, ass clown. And she was raised by her granny. Her mama's a crackhead. I mean, we kind of relate.
So we
to
do
her
have
a
a
little
real,
bit.
yeah, we do relate to that.
I mean, and I still relate to her. I mean,
and I
she
wanted to hear her
fucked up,
story,
so-
like not
Well,
that
yeah.
story, but like her childhood, like that stuff. Because
Yeah, I want to hear about that too. I mean, I still want to hear about it. And I mean, I don't know shit about crypto, so it wasn't my
She
coin.
might go to jail.
I did hear that, and I was meant to message you and tell you.
I think I might have seen something. I don't know. I really probably didn't.
you meant to message her, but then you saw a squirrel, and
No, what happened was I was listening to a really good audio book, and I was like, I'm gonna do that as soon as I get to, and I didn't get done because then I text Kila and said, can I buy more audiobooks with your account? And and I did.
I'll Venmo you.
Yes, I did. I Venmoed her because I was like, "Oh, Kila, I'm on Kila's audiobook thing because I'm cheap and whatever." And this book she had on there, I listened to it and I was like, "Oh, I love that book. I love the author." So I went and bought all
You'd
the
be
books.
good at reading books on Audible too.
Have you thought about that? Because
Yeah.
they do have that's a good opportunity if you ever got.
yeah, if you want to work for like reading the book for about a week and a half straight and make $75 from it, yeah, it's,
That's all they make.
if you get picked up, yeah.
You would definitely get picked up though, because there's times that
Yeah, I don't think you heard the first part of that. Though.
I did, but they
You
have
work
to
for a week
make.
and a half and make about $75 from it.
Well,
it's
we
not
all
every
have to. We have to
download or
work for
whatever.
crumbs.
No, it doesn't work the same way.
doesn't work the
Well, some of them do. And then when they do that, it's from a new author that will get like 8 downloads, so you'll get like 10 cents from it. So you'll work for a week and a half
Because
and make
there's
80
times
cents.
that I look for books by who's reading them.
Yeah, you like the narrator.
Yeah, I like the narrator.
Yeah.
The narrator is a big part of audiobooks and stuff for sure. So, I would have thought there was more like
It's a long process. I mean, the closest I've done.
it's just like being a writer. Like it's very hard to get your
The
book.
first time only thing I've done like voiceover wise like that has been this past Crime Con. They wanted me to do all the intros for everybody. So like I went through and for
Oh,
like
that's awesome.
That is
it,
awesome.
It was like between recording, editing, so it was like probably 15, 20 hours worth of stuff to do, and like we were still recording them when I got there. So yeah, and yeah, that was just like me being like, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
and get paid
just
So,
to get
yeah.
your name out there. And
Yeah, kinda,
yeah, for sure.
So
That makes
who's
sense.
your favorite podcaster besides us?
That was good.
Yeah, you have to
Kila.
go that way. I don't know. I mean, and these are like, I'll give these two. I've been listening to both of these two like here lately because they're polar opposites, and I love both of them. Mark Maron and Joe Rogan. Like, I know, like Joe Rogan's like everybody loves to hate him and stuff like that. He's pretty middle of the road on a lot of stuff, and he has a wide range of guests on there. Like, it's incredible some of the stuff that I hear on the show. Like they had a, I don't think they were like forensic anthropologists. They were like some sort of other things on it there the other day. And they were talking about how, what was it? It was some like even pre-Egyptian type society were moving like these nearly 2 or 3 million pound stones, like miles and miles. And this is like thousands of years ago before there was any machinery or anything like that. So, I mean, that's the type
Just
of person
interesting.
he is. Yeah.
I need to listen to him because I love just random, interesting crap.
And then Mark Maron is like, they're both stand-up comedians, and like Mark Maron's like very liberal, and like he's had TV shows, stuff like that. And it's like, I love listening to him because he's so like far out there and funny, and like, it's, I'm politically, I'm kind of middle of the road in a lot of stuff, but like, even when I hear something from him, it's like, it sounds like, oh, that's just some silliness right there.
Right.
I laugh just because it's delivery,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Do you know Theo Vaughn?
I know of him.
Have you ever listened to his podcast?
I've seen some of his videos.
He's more of mine and Kila's speed.
I've never listened to him.
That might be a lot of his influence too.
Is it me and Kila?
No, speed.
That's what I was. Oh, no, he's sober right now. He's sober right now because you know why? He said you can't do cocaine in the United States no more because you don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why I quit.
Did you see that? That was so cute. He was like, "Hell, I got to be sober."
That was so cute.
It was cute. He was like, he was talking to JD Vance. He said, "You can't even get high in the United States no more because you don't know what's in it. Can't even do cocaine anymore."
Well, shit.
Yes. So I love him, but he obviously we have a similar background, so I totally get him. But I do love him and his random.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is. Yeah.
It's random as hell and crazy and.
What is the most common call that you get on the 911?
Probably Rex.
Rex.
Oh yeah.
Just, and not even Rex with injuries. They like
Yeah.
all 911. They'll still like middle of the parking lot of Kroger. Nobody's hurt. Shopping cart dinged my car. They're calling 911. Yeah.
And you're
Really?
like the
Yeah.
They
non-emergency.
really do that?
Yeah.
A shopping cart hit your
They will
car?
call.
They'll call 911.
Think of anything in the world. Like anything. You were in here a little while ago and a camera fell over.
Yeah.
I'm sure somewhere someone has called about that on 911.
I should.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
In their defense, I had a water thing break at my house, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, "Do I call 911?" I don't know, but I didn't.
Depends on your we have water cut off, so like we can send the fire department out.
Yeah.
Just to cut your water off.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything past that though.
Right. Well, I just called my husband, and he told me how to do it myself. But I was like,
That's
I
the
mean,
better
I'm
way to
literally
do it.
looking at my daughter like, "What do I do? Do I call 911?" I have no idea what you do in this situation. But now I know not to call 911. But I didn't, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, my favorite episode of yours was about the puppies.
Which one?
Paul's, what's it called? I wrote it down on
Because
here.
we did
About the,
a dog one here at with you. And
Yeah.
Paul and Orders.
Oh yeah, that's a different one. If you
I
haven't
like
listened to
Paul.
that one, Trent, I know you're.
Oh,
Man,
it's
dog
so
person
good.
like you.
Don't get me on the dog thing.
Oh, dude,
It's good and it's sad.
yeah,
No.
And it's
you'll be
good.
like absolutely bawling. You'll be
Yeah.
bawling in the middle of it, and then at
Where's
the end of it,
the-
you'll be
where's the
bawling from
red-
being so happy.
Like
you
I
know?
was-
Redfern grows.
The first dog, I was mad as hell. I was ready to go chase that ass down. So he was dragging the dog, or the dog wouldn't let go of his arm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that.
was
I
Ship.
can't. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It
Listen
was
to that
Ship,
episode.
Red, and Tara.
See, you know better than I do. See,
For the dogs.
that's the weird thing about like my for the most part, a lot of these episodes I do, I know what it was about and all that stuff, but like when I get into the details, I kind of forget about them a little bit after. It's kind
Yeah.
of like my 911 calls it work.
It's like a cut off, like cut it on and off. Yeah.
Kind of,
Oh,
yeah.
and they like gave the dog like a, what'd y'all call it? The last
Yeah, when they were
after.
don't
Like when
give
he
it away for
retired.
anybody. Come on, what are you?
Right.
Spoiler.
Yeah, you gotta,
Oh, it's
listen.
Yeah.
so good. Y'all have to go
So it's
listen
called
to
And
What?
it. Paul and Order.
I got to
Paul
see
and
Trent
Order.
cry again. So I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Bro,
Oh my God.
don't.
Yeah.
Look, we'll make him cry in a minute.
Yeah.
People,
Well-
I'm good. Don't bring the dogs into it. Do not bring
He's
the
like
dogs
me.
in.
He's got, I mean, I don't care what you do to
Yeah.
People are.
I hate to
yeah.
say it. It's
Yeah.
bad.
No, I
It's
know a lot of
actually
people are like
bad.
that.
It's
dogs
bad.
are. Oh, dogs my weak now. I'll cut you over a dog.
Same.
Well, I just like pets in general. Like I'm a cat and dog person, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah. And I have neither right now. So
I have more than enough if you want to borrow one.
no, that's
Okay.
quite all right.
Okay.
Well, thank
And
you for.
I have no problem. I'm sure you have no problem keeping up with all of them.
Oh, dope. They have a hard time
Are
keeping
you
up
gonna
with
come
me.
back
that's
and be
what
on
I
our
do.
podcast again?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, yeah. I'm just gonna have to like go to the gym more and do some more neck exercises. Get ready.
Well,
Hey,
you
you
gotta
on
be
one
prepared.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
and
put
I
you
was
on
a little
some
disappointed
resistance
that you
like
weren't wearing like Raising Barbara Jean Wanda #1 fan shirt, but that's okay.
You don't make it my size, probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do. 4X goes all the way at 4X.
No, I'm an 8X.
Shit.
I've been
I'm just kidding.
lifting
We don't even
lately.
have no. We don't even
Yeah,
have. But we're about to because I have till the 18th. Canva. Apparently, I signed up for it, so I'm gonna be doing stuff till the 18th because I paid for
I
it.
do Canva.
No, I know I won't do shit. But
I like
anyways,
Canva. I use that sometimes. Yeah.
Well, maybe you can show us how to use it.
yeah.
It's real easy.
So this was
Well,
really cool because
yeah.
it was different
Uh-huh.
and like you, yeah. The trailer park I was raised in should have had its own precinct and like 911 dispatch, like just right there, just holler,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, upper side, fight," whatever. So I just think that wow, couldn't be me, but I'm glad that there's you. And thank you for coming on and telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to have us on his
He is.
when he gets his YouTube out.
Yeah, because we'll tell. We got true crime
Yeah.
about our moms. I mean,
When I'll every once in a while I have a episode on like paranoid schizophrenics and yellow fit. So,
yes.
Just
yes.
be like,
Oh no! Wait,
get your
before
trauma
you-
from your
oh,
mom.
no,
You're like,
no.
This
The
sparked
voices
something.
didn't tell me this, but like, do you ever get paranormal calls, like dispatch?
no. Well, some of the not so sane people sometimes they'll call about stuff like that,
But are they insane, or are you just a skeptic?
but no, they're quite insane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drugs are involved.
Do you
Do you
have
believe
Yeah.
in paranormal, like ghosts, aliens?
Aliens, yeah.
They don't come to Nashville, do they? They know we're dumb as hell or something. Like we don't get a whole lot
I
of.
feel like they visited you a couple times.
no,
But
no, but we don't get a lot of
you're
calls.
just so hyper. It's
Do you
crazy.
have repeat callers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, where you're like, okay, sister, well, I'm saying Susie, I'm saying sister Susie because
Yes,
he just popped in my
there's
head. I'm not saying you call the police, but do you like, my
Yeah, not to
sister
give away
Susie
details
again?
because I can't really do that. There's a woman that calls probably 3 times a day in Nashville. She's done it for years now. I
love you, Susie.
She's in a we'll say a kind of a mediocre hotel, not really mediocre at all.
Yeah.
And anyway, she
Like a
calls.
pay by the hour hotel.
It was.
Okay.
It used to be. But anyway, she calls seriously every day saying the SWAT team's outside. They've been organized
Meth?
by.
It's meth.
No, she's just old and crazy.
And they don't like charge her with like abuse of 911 or
No,
anything because it's
how,
like
how are they going to hold it up in court? I mean, she's not
Well,
fit to
the-
stand trial.
we'll just
Is
So
that
they can't do anything.
You can't get arrested for calling 911 too many times.
yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you
That's
can?
abusing. That's abusing the
Yeah, absolutely.
system.
Well, dang.
But if
And they've
you
done it
but if you're
before.
crazy, it won't stand up in court. So
Yeah.
just do when they come and you'll be fine. Yeah.
You're completely safe.
Yes. Do they have have you ever got a call like where they're like, "I'm hungry"? You've seen that on like social media
Wait.
and stuff, like where someone said like, "I'm hungry" and I don't know.
Oh yeah,
have
it's usually different though. It's not
But
somebody.
he's like,
that's,
I don't fucking know. I'm hungry too. I'm just kidding. No, have you ever had one like that? It's
no,
like,
some people that they'll call in, but it's usually somebody who's been. Most of the time when they'll say something like that, but it's just they want to ride to like a mission or something like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's not quite
Because
that.
I saw, I think, like a Facebook story, like a little old lady, or maybe it was a little old man called and was like,
Yeah.
"I'm really hungry and I don't have any food." And they were like, "Oh my God." And of course, they went and brought him all kinds of food. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's pitiful because he didn't have anybody to call. I'm like, that's precious. Not precious,
a
it's sad.
friend
But
of mine, when our kids were little, her little boy, they had a thing at school where they were talking to officers and you call 911 if you need
Yeah.
help. Well, he needed help with homework, and so he called 911, and she
Yeah.
walked out, and there were police officers
Yeah.
everywhere. She's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
And Ethan had called the 911 to help him.
I did
so
that as
y'all
a
told me
kid,
to
too.
call.
There's a recently released call about something almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "What did I do? I mean, they told me to do it."
Yep. Got a problem.
All right, Brenda. Well, thank you for coming. It's been fun. It's been
Yes.
fun for us. You
Oh my
you've
God,
got
yeah.
entertained tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know that I've still got your phone number, so I'll be looking for some Venmo. And
So when
Well,
should we send that?
Brandon, stop.
Well, just
Yeah.
give us your mailing address and we'll send you a check.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
This was fun.
It was fun.
Yes.
I think this could be a two-parter too, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Hells
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
come back as soon as I sleep for a week.
Yeah, right. Recoup.
He gets a cricket out of his neck.
Yeah, I've drained of energy. Anyways.
All right. Well, till next time.
Next
All
time
right,
we're
see
gonna ask him like actual, like we'll go to, we'll get actual stories for y'all. But this time we just shot the shit and asked
y'all.
questions.
I'll give something for Trent to edit in. I know how much he likes to edit, so
He loves
I'll give
it.
him a clip or something like that to throw in there. And
Yes,
Please do.
Please do.
For
Can't
you,
wait.
For you, I will.
he will for you.
These ladies reminded me of Kila and Ashley.
That would be
The first serial killer. What was her name? Whatever her name was. Anyways, all right. Thank y'all. Have a great day.
Yeah,
Love you.
thank y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for staying around for all of our crazy,
Be sure to like, follow, and share with everyone you know,
even them whores you don't like.
and leave us a 5-star review.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches.